I was walking today and I saw so many pairs of shoes out on the balcony. I had a flashback to the funky shoes and the funky feet. And I was like, I am in no rush. These poor women, these poor women are being subjected to funky feet. Listen, I don't like being hot. That's why I know I cannot go to hell. I cannot. I don't do hotness. I don't do it. We could fast forward 5 years and I could be in a house, married, funky feet shoes on my balcony. Funky feet shoes on my balcony. Well traveled, passport stamps everywhere. Who knows?
Level up loading. Level up loading. Up. Level up loading.
Not every time, but a lot of time, I noticed I don't measure success with the same yardstick as society, and that legit throws so many people off. For example, I am personally more concerned with building a life I don't want or need to escape from than I am with burning my feet on hot sand or looking at old buildings just for photos and to say I did it. Not saying I won't, just saying it's only a bonus. I am personally more concerned with being paid well while still having a great work-life balance than climbing the corporate ladder and being expected to revolve my life around someone else's fortune. I am personally more concerned with healing and evolving before I attach myself to someone else in covenant than racing against an invisible time clock to validate me as a valuable woman. I am personally more concerned about having the freedom as a single woman to change my mind about where I live than rushing to buy a property and plant roots in a place that may have been only for stopping through. I have my own metrics for a successful life, just like anyone else. It's odd to me that people think that they can gauge my success based off of a system and a dream of which I never agreed to adhere. Hi everybody, welcome back to A Level Uploading Fight Feelings Face Facts with yours truly, Shay.
Hey!
So I hope that you guys are doing well. Did you guys, should I move that? I don't want to, so I'm probably not. So you guys, I read this out of my notes / journal / thinking, and I am a 38-year-old woman, slowly approaching 39 in December, and guys, it's so crazy and it's so hard for me because, well, I'm not gonna say it's hard for me. I think it's hard for other people sometimes because they have this cookie cutter gauge that they use for how they run their lives, how they think things should go, how the world processes things. And I'm just over here doing things unorthodox, not following any rule book other than the Bible, okay? Not following society's norms, mores, expectations. Really just doing what I'm called to do and doing it in a sense of contentment, happiness, but also still having ambition, still, trying to reach the goals that the Lord has set for me, but not doing it from a place of greed, pride, or rushing, not trying to get selfish ambition, not trying to get the applaud of the audience of everyone, because like I said, their metrics of how they gauge success is not the same as mine. It's not the same as the Lord's either. So for me, it has been a bit of a challenge because I live my life in a way that a lot of people would say is not successful, is not fruitful, is not purposeful. And I'm here to remind anybody who is on a similar path and road, whether by choice or by ordaining by the Lord. I just want you to understand that you don't have to follow the norms, the rules of anyone except for our Heavenly Fathers. One of the things I mentioned is building a life that I don't need to escape from. I'm building a life, like I escaped, not like that, but I left Chicago and I came to a place where my lifestyle and the amenities that I'm afforded and things like that feels like almost like a vacation every day. Now listen, let's be realistic, that's not true. It doesn't feel like a vacation every day. I live here, it's my life. I work here. I pay bills here. It's not a vacation every day, but the lifestyle that I have, the amenities that I have, the abilities that I have, the access to certain things that I have, I enjoy. If I want to go out to the pool, I can. If I want to go shoot pool in the clubhouse, I can. If I want to go to the gym right in my complex, I can. Those things, those amenities, those I don't know what you would call them, conveniences, they help my life feel like I don't need to escape. I don't, when you go out of town a lot of times, what are you doing? You're sitting by the pool. I have a pool here. You're going out. We have plenty of things to do here. You're going to eat. I would recommend. This place has some interesting seasoning choices, so you have to find your food that you want to eat. It's trial and error. But I will say, Natural does have some good food. You just gotta find it. And sometimes it can be a little frustrating because I come from a place where even the worst of worst food is still good. You don't know what you're having until it's gone, okay? You don't appreciate it until it's gone. But the things that you do when you go out of town, for the most part, I can do it here. And I literally have access to those things. We have beautiful views here. I'm still fairly new. I mean, I've only been here a little bit over 5 years, and it's still so much to see, still so much to explore, still so many sides of towns that I don't frequent that often. I'm a newbie here. Maybe not in the years, but in my level of exploration, I am still a newbie. So I don't have to be running off on vacation every month, every week, every quarter. I don't have to. The life that I built, my home is comfortable. My amenities that I have are comfortable. I have the things that I need. I have a routine. I have the stuff I need right here at home. I'm not a person who enjoys hot sand. I'm not a person who enjoys heat and standing out on the beach and burning my feet and splashing in water. I'm just not that person. I wish I were, and maybe one day I will be. But as for me, right this moment, right now, I don't care enough to go hop on a plane for 7, 6, 8, 9, 12 hours just to go be hot and miserable. This may sound horrible, guys, and listen, I'm just telling my truth. I would rather be at home. A lot of times when I have been out of town, sure, it's been fun, but I would rather be at home. I can't wait to get back home. Another thing is that, like, I don't drink. A lot of times going out of town, people want to go out, explore, get drunk, eat, sit on the beach. I'm not a foodie. I don't really care much about food. I usually do my cooking at home. If I get some good food out and about, yay. If I don't, yay again. I don't care. Not a food person. Food does not define my good times. Drinking is definitely not on my to-do list. I'm 3 years and 4 months sober. So, like, why am I spending thousands of dollars to go wish that I was coming back home? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. My aunt the other day, she messaged me like, hey girl, you need to get some, I know it's technically you're on 38 now, but your 45th's coming. If you're going to plan something, let people know ahead of time, get something going so they'll have time to prepare. And I'm like, did we just meet, girl? Did we just meet? I don't care nothing about a birthday. Like, I really don't. Anytime that I have in the past, anytime that I've tried to make a big deal out of it, it was for other people. And as you get older, you will see that you will stop doing things for other people. You will stop doing things to fit into what you think you should be doing. It's not fun to me to be surrounded by people, to be just being performative and doing something because I should be doing it or because everyone else is excited about those things. Not to mention, my birthday is the 17th of December, a week before Christmas. Most people, their funds are tapped out by the time my birthday comes anyway, whether I give them pre-notice or not. I'm a December winter baby. I am in full-blown hibernation mode. By the time it starts getting cold here, like back home was a little bit earlier, but here, mid-November, early December, it's finally starting to get a little bit chilly out. I start to hibernate like a little baby bear, okay? So going out of town, traveling, I get it. That's something that people enjoy. I wish I could get the travel bug. I really do. And maybe one day I will, it hasn't been on my to-do list. It has not been prioritized. I've had the funds. over and over. I have the funds. I have the ability to do these things. I have no will to do them. I have no will to do them, and I don't know what that's about, but maybe it will change one day. But for now, I'm not going to just do something just to say I did it. I'm not going to just go and perform celebration when, to me, birthday is just a milestone, another year for clarity, wisdom, and for me to hit my purpose. It's just another day to me. Now, I understand that people consider their birthdays seriously, and if you take your birthday seriously, hey, I will, if I love you, that's funny, I make up on my hand. If I love you, then I will do what I gotta do to, try to be there for you as much as possible. But as far as for my own self, the whole point would be defeated because I would be miserable. Just saying. Another point I made, I'm talking about the old buildings, and then also, there is some cultural things I want to do eventually, but it's just not, I don't care enough. I don't need to go and look at these old buildings. I don't care. You go, you look at the Eiffel Tower, you go, you look at the Sistine Chapel, you go do this stuff, and this is okay. I know this sounds bad, y'all, but I'm just being honest. I have to be honest with myself. The life that I'm building is based off of what I would like. It's based off what the Lord would like, but it's based off of my comfort and what I want. And I'm not trying to force myself to do any of these things because Instagram shows me people with 17 highlight reels in different places. Great for them. Great that they enjoy that. Great that they had that memory. But that's just not important to me. And maybe one day it will, but for now, it is not. I don't care about the old buildings. I don't care about going to places that don't have AC. Okay? Listen, I don't like being hot. That's why I know I cannot go to hell. I cannot. I don't do hotness. I don't do it. I don't love it. Also, I said something about work-life balance. There was a time when I was, getting promotions and honey, we have to pick our battles. There are certain things and certain times where we are supposed to elevate. And if the Lord calls me to more or higher or greater, I will absolutely have to just be obedient. But I also understand the importance of being content and grateful for the things that I have and where I am, and not always try to more my way out of life to the point where I am not appreciating and living in the moment. I want to be able to have work-life balance, and whether that is me sitting in my home, sitting in my pool, going to events, theaters, poetry, comedy shows, whatever, I want work-life balance. And I don't ever want to be in a position where anybody thinks that they can call me on my off days. I also don't want to be responsible for other people in workplace settings. I have come to realize that common sense is not that common. The processing operation systems in people's brains compute in a very inefficient way, and it drives me insane. And the last thing I want to do is be an angry Black manager, micromanaging manager, because why would you do that? What would make you do that? Now, I'm a kind person, and I do know how to take my hands off things, but I just think that it would drive me crazy internally. The actual performance and the mask of not being an angry Black micromanaging manager, I could perform that well. But inside, I believe it would bring turmoil and cortisol. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want that. No, thank ya. No, thank ya. What else? The whole house thing. House. I don't even know if I want to be here. I don't know if this is my final landing place. I don't want to put roots here because I have not been told to do so. I don't know if this is just my first adventure. It could be another place that's calling my name to actually stay and land. But yeah, I enjoy rental life. I enjoy being able to call my property manager and say, hey, this is broke. Come fix it tomorrow. This is broke. I'm having this issue. This came up. I see the horror stories online about HOAs and mortgages and increases and escrow. I see the stuff online. that is not something that I want to get into until I am firmly in a place where I know that I'm going to stay or be for quite some time. I'm not so sure about Nashville. I don't know. We'll see what the Lord says about that. But yeah, no house for me right now. Right now, it's going to be about convenience, and renting is convenient. A lot of people are in rentals, and I mean, they've gotten homes and then they just wind up selling it and going back to renting them a nice place because everything that society tells you, the glitter ain't gold. This is not 1960s, 70s, 80s. Things are different now, and we have to evolve and adapt. It's unfortunate that we pay this money that people say goes to nothing, but I'm like, what do you mean goes to nothing? I have a place to live. Like, I will gladly pay for that, whether it's an investment or if I'm getting over anything from it, I'm getting a place to live. Like, that's the return of the investment, a place to live. Like, I never understand when people say that money isn't going towards anything. Yeah, it is. A month of me having another place to live means something to me. Just like when you go on vacation and you give that money, that hotel money, you're paying for a place to live for a few days or a week or 2 weeks or however long you're there. It is going towards something. It's not wasted money. It's shelter. Okay. And then the covenant thing, I'm more concerned about healing and evolving instead of rushing to attach myself in covenant. I was walking today and I saw so many pairs of shoes out on the balcony. I had a flashback to the funky shoes and the funky feet. And I was like, I am in no rush. These poor women. These poor women are being subjected to funky feet. Oh, I'm in no rush, okay? We're all human. We all got smells and quirks and things that we have to deal with when we cohabitate and we collaborate and come together. But I'm just not rushing it because I just think with that funky feet smell and it just makes me want to cry, okay? Cry all night. Oh my goodness, I am so funny. What else? Of course, I'm not having kids, obviously, at least not biologically. I had my hysterectomy in 2023. I didn't want them anyway, so yeah, there's that. That was never really a part of the plan. Yeah, not interested in that. And yeah, I'm really just waiting on the Lord, waiting on my next instructions, trying to make sure I'm hitting the ones that I have been given already, which I'm probably not, delaying my own self like a silly goose. But just trying to get back on track, trying not to be Jonah, trying not to run from my instructions just because I think I know the outcomes or because I'm overthinking what the outcome might be, what it might mean, what it might look like. Just trying to be obedient, and I'm not in a rush. My metrics, my success is not based off of the same thing that the world values. I don't have to be a 7-figure earner in order for me to feel valuable, in order for my purpose and my faith and my wisdom to grow. I don't have to be a wife. I don't have to be a mother. I don't have to be a solo traveler. I don't have to be I don't have to be director of such and such. Those things just don't have value to me. I'm very much I'm not trying to push against the social norms, but I just actively do not care about them. And maybe that is some spectrum stuff, just not really going with the flow of society and not following the crowd and, the terms that the world has set for us. But I am at a place where I am fully okay with going to the beat of my own drum at my own pace. Y'all, we could fast forward 5 years and I could be in a house, married, funky feet shoes on my balcony. Funky feet shoes on my balcony. Well-traveled, passport stamps everywhere. Who knows? My passport is just sitting in there collecting dust because obviously, okay, You went to go see some sand and like, child, I wish I understood how it feels to not care about a lot of stuff. Like, and listen, my last episode about nonchalance. I'm not talking about like nonchalance as in like performing the not caring about things and trying to make it seem like we don't have feelings. No, I'm talking about having an active like indifference to the things that the world is just continually pushing down your throat and telling you, do this, do this, do this. This is happening. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what it looks like to have fun. My idea of fun is going to the movies by myself and having nobody's breath around me, nobody's talking, coughing, sneezing, no funky feet. Okay, I'll finish. I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly mood. I'm in a silly mood, but anyway, like, like going to a comedy show, a play, live music. I have my things that I care about and that I enjoy. It just doesn't align with a lot of the technical things that people want, and I'm okay with that. So if you guys can relate, put some of the things that you are completely indifferent to that society says you should be, and tell me a couple of things that you really do enjoy and that actually do get you excited. Not performing excitement, not performing celebration, but actually truly enjoying it and wanting it and spending your money on stuff that you care about. Not for highlight reels, not for social media, click, clout, but actually something and things that you enjoy, a life that you have built out for yourself that you truly, truly value. I don't know what you would call this episode, but it's on my heart. I had it in my notes and I really wanted to share this with you guys just in case there's anyone out here that feels similar or feels like they may be alone because they can't travel, don't want to travel, don't want to have a house right now, don't know when or if they'll even get married or have kids. You're not alone. It's okay. Find contentment in the Lord. Find contentment in your purpose and having faith that if it is in His will, that it will come to pass. And if it is not, guess what? Even better than it doesn't. We only want what comes from above because everything else is it's gonna be a bunch of shenanigans, okay? But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you're able to giggle and laugh with me. I'm in a silly mood, but I really am being honest. And I will see you on the next episode. Bye.